my friends, and greetings from Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And in this video we'll see what we can find interesting here and experience in this mountainous, I'm almost ready to say, wonderful city. I have such a feeling that it will be like that, but we will see now. What do you think? If you're interested, come join me. Hvala. So, my friends, it's a pleasantly warm. It was quite cool with the air conditioning, but here it's very pleasant and sunny. Nice. So this is the bus which we took, and this is Sarajevo bus station, or something of that sort. It should be exactly that. At least on the map I saw it. And this is where we stopped. My first object of interest in this city will be railway station, because it's very near and it's a little bit away from the place I'll be staying. And I need first to find out what time the train goes to Mostar tomorrow. Sorry guys, I will not make any surprises for you. I will not be able to say, guess what city I'm in tomorrow morning. Because you will know already from what I talk now. But anyway, I am... that's the shortcut. Nice. So I want to already see when the train is going, maybe buy the ticket already, and then I can plan my time here. Then I can use the time in my hostel when I will have internet to make a reservation for the next hostel in Mostar. Because here I don't have internet in my phone, and I don't have even a phone signal. I can't get... Wow, that's something crazy. I didn't expect that. That's something new. Well, so Sarajevo is definitely better off than Mostar. I don't know about Mostar. Tuzla. And this is the train station. And I have a good suspicion that it will be in a lot better situation than Tuzla's train station as well. So yeah, we'll see now what happens. No, this is quite impressive. It's big. And let's see if there are trains as well, not just a big hall. There should be. Let's see where I think this must be bus, all kind of tourism. Where is ticket office? Here. So the timetable, I guess, should be the same place. You see, there is cenovnik. So cena in Russian would be price. Nice. You see all the prices, and you see the times as well. Isn't that cool? Well, it's so pleasant after Egypt. It's so pleasant just to see times written. You can just come, see, and everything is clear. You don't have to ask around, find 5 different versions of the same thing, contradictory, and then guess which one is right. You can just come, read, and it's clear. How easy is that, my people? Europeans, you can laugh now. I have been in Egypt for 3 months, and in many other countries of that sort for more months. Yeah, I'm back in Europe after how many months? Don't know even. I left in October, was it? November? And now it's mid-May. It actually wasn't the right place. This is the right place. The one which I was looking before, I entered in the map those places, and these were all local ones. So this is the long distance train timetable. So yeah, I can see already Chaplina, and it goes through Mostar, and that's what I need. So 7:15 in the morning, and yeah, the next one, it's exactly, well, at this time round to Rio map was actually correct. Congratulations, it doesn't happen so often. Yes, this is too late. I'm getting in Mostar only 10 minutes to 7. So I'll be taking in the morning this one and arriving at 9:12 in the morning. That sounds good, that sounds good. Now let's hope that I can get a ticket as well. Zdravo. English, по-русски, Deutsch?
Speaking Deutsch?
Deutsch, gut. Mostar, morgen.
No. Ticket morgen.
Ticket morgen, nicht heute.
No.
Aha.
Open?
Aha, good. Dankeschön. So it wasn't exactly possible to buy the ticket here today, but tomorrow morning he said it will be good. And it's good enough. I just need to be a little bit before time, which I would have anyway, but at least I know that there is train. I took the picture of the timetable, so I think I'm good to go and explore the city now and come back tomorrow morning when it's time to leave. Look at this, my friends. Nice. Shall we check emails? Maybe. That's a good idea. It's funny how naive I can be sometimes. It's just a notice, it's just written there. It doesn't mean there is a Wi-Fi. Okay, no worries. Let the emails wait until I get to my hostel. This is kind of funny. You see how the new meets the old. Like everything is old. That is not very maintained. This is proper Soviet time thing, and then you get this beast inside of it. It looks a bit funny, but why not? Have fun, dear, how do you call Sarajevans? I don't know how to call Sarajevo people even. Anyway, dear nice good people, have fun. Why not? Why not? They're using natural gas for feeding the public transport. Nice. I saw the same in Tuzla as well, and it was even written on there that it's natural gas. I forgot how it was, but I could decipher it from my knowledge of Russian. What do you think about Sarajevo? Is it beautiful? The old trams, which are in many cities in Europe, the same models. Nice. You see, that's the history museum. Historijski muzej. Bosnia and Herzegovina. And yeah, 92 till 2019. With the UN force vehicle and the big protests or whatever it's called. Who haven't seen these trams? They definitely haven't been much in Europe. They're everywhere. And they're nice. Cute. I quite like this place. old Sovietness with pleasant touch of nature. Although I don't quite understand why was this bridge marked on Google Maps as some special tourist object. What's so special about it? Well, probably the fact that you can walk over it and get on the other side. Anyway, let's keep exploring. They have trolleybuses as well in this city. And one more new building. And look at this, my friends. Is it the same story? I have heard about quite a few houses in Sarajevo where they still have bullet holes in the walls, which are still not repaired. Is it one of them? What else could it be? Wow. And under that house, you see there is written opasnost od obrušavanja fasade. So it's quite clear, you can guess from knowledge of Russian. So it's danger from collapsing facade. So friends, if you don't understand any Slavic language, it's not in English. And if you are naive enough to think, being Western European, that if it's not fenced with something, it means that nothing will fall on you and you go too close, too bad for you. This is real life, my friends. It's not just some stage theater. This thing is called Trg Bosna I Herzegovina, Bosnia and Herzegovina Square, and that's the big new building. And that's Sarajevo. And by the way, that's Y, not J, as you English speakers might think. In most other languages, except English and a couple others, but most other languages, that letter is for the sound Y, not J. And Bosnian language is not an exception. What is that? That is who knows what. And that's the same Bosnia and Herzegovina square from different angle. And there is something which was on my map. It is called St. Joseph's Church. Let's go this direction. There will be more to see. Mjesto za reklamu. Place for advertising. And this one is called Maghribiya Mosque. Maghrib in Arabic means west or sunset. So could it be Western Mosque or Sunset Mosque? Something of that sort, maybe? It looks quite old. Is it from Ottoman times? And what on earth is this? Exhaust Orchestra of Sarajevo? Sorry, I shouldn't be telling these things. Somebody was working and designing and building to make something inspiring, and some stupid naive foreigner is making jokes about it. Sorry, dear designer, if you see this video, I didn't meant to offend you. I just couldn't understand initially. What is it? And I still can't. But honestly, the place is better with it than it would be without it. Isn't that true? I'm not sure if I can get out on that end, so let's better go here. And that one is called Ali Pasha's Mosque, or Pascha's. How do you pronounce that name? Druga dimenzija obrazovanja. So, dimension of education, that's clear. And druga, in Russian it would mean second. But I know from Ukrainian that in Ukrainian it means another or different. So that would probably mean a different dimension or another dimension of education. Which way should we cross? Maybe this one. Or wasn't it a good idea? I shouldn't forget that I'm not in Cairo anymore. People will not wait for me. If I am trespassing where I shouldn't be going, I'll be killed. It's Europe. I won't be waited upon. I like this place. It's quite beautiful. What do you think? How not to like it? That's something in Old Arabic, which I can't even decipher except a few letters only. And this is this Ali Pasha's Mosque. I mean this. Ah, it's open. Let's see if we can get in. Zdravo. This is a properly good idea. I'll do the same. I drank that water just a moment ago. And another funny observation. Since I left Europe a few months ago, I have forgotten that water can be that cold. You know, when you're in Egypt or Emirates or Oman, you don't really understand why do you have two taps for hot water and cold water. Because the cold water is not cold anyway. So what's the point? And you don't need hot because it's too hot already, so whatever it is, it's good. But here you have hot water and cold cold water is really cold. Cool. Is this funny or what, Europeans? You don't understand what I'm talking about, probably. What a nice city. And speaking about hot and cold water, I remembered one joke from the time when I first moved to Ireland. You know, Ireland has a lot of stuff from British, from Englishmen. And one of the things are when they have a sink in bathroom or in kitchen, of course they have it like British have, two separate taps, one for cold and one for hot. They don't have one tap which mixes both waters according to your needs. There are two separate taps, and that kind of represents British thinking in a way. Brits don't get offended. If you want, you can, of course, but I'm not meaning to offend you. It's just funny. And when we were observing, we Latvians, I mean, who have moved to Ireland by that time, when we were observing these things, that you make a sink, and even in modern times, not just old days, you still make these two separate taps. One is piping hot, and another one is icy cold. And then we were making jokes that probably when British people are taking a shower, they have two showers as well, one for icy cold and one for boiling hot. and then they juggle both of these showers to get washed without burns. So it's just part of the culture and way of thinking and way of perceiving things, perceiving the world around you. I also remember there was one, I forgot which car was it, but some old, really cool posh British car which had very non-ergonomic switch panel. And I was reading long ago when I was a child, I was reading one review about that car, and that review said that the non-ergonomic switch panel was obviously designed by somebody who has 2 taps in their bathroom sink. But while having a laugh, we have come to another place which was on my map. This bridge is called Festina Lente, and it's obviously old riveted steel, iron, what do you call it, bridge, with lots of love from Sarajevo. And quite a nice atmosphere. Nice. You know what? I just looked on my map and I made jokes about Brits. Now I have to make joke about myself. This bridge is not Festina Lente. It's just a no-name bridge. There is no name in Google Maps, at least, for this bridge. That one further there is Festina Lente. I was so busy laughing about Brits that I became laughable myself, which is quite usual occurrence. When you laugh about others, you become a joke yourself. Which is all good. So this is the Lente bridge, and now I can understand why it's Lente. How do you translate Lente? Ribbon? Strip? Ribbon, probably. It looks like a ribbon. And that one over there, when I was asking Google Map, it said there is nothing there. No name, nothing. Just grey area. But when I was asking Mapi.cz, it was Akademia likovnih umjetnosti or something very Slavic, but I couldn't really understand what kind of academy is it. But anyway, something quite old and quite nice. And while we still have green, let's use the green. Well, it's not green anymore. And this street is called Maršala Tita, by the way. So, it's the street of the Marshal Tito, the big leader of Yugoslavia. They still keep that name, haven't changed it. And my Google map says that somewhere here, well, exactly there, according to map, is Palata Mustafia. And I was kind of expecting, could it be meant that house, the old big kind of posh house? I was expecting a palace or something of that sort, because Palata, I was thinking, should be palace. Like in Russian, Palata means ward, like in a hospital room. Or Palatka would mean tent. But in Old Russian, like in the times when Ivan the Grozny was ruling over Russia, they called Palatok, they called palace, like Tsar's palace was Palatok. So I was kind of, and these Balkan Slavic languages, linguistically they're more conservative than Russian, so you can often spot that some things which, how you say in one of these languages, it corresponds well with Old Russian, not today's Russian. So that one helps as well in deciphering these things. But yeah, I was expecting palace, but no palace there. Maybe that was the house, or it was just another joke by Google. Who knows? And by the way, do you know why is the word Sarajevo for this city? I haven't checked it, but one person told me that it comes from the word sarai, which, funny enough, in Bosnian or Croatian or Serbian, which are kind of three different languages but almost the same, it's more like American English and British English. At least they say me that it's the case. They can understand each other, it's just different dialect. But technically they're kind of considered separate languages. So anyway, in that language, Sarai means palace. So that was the city of the palace, and that's why it's called Sarajevo. But all the Russian speakers, you're probably laughing already, because in Russian, Sarai also means some building, but not exactly a palace. It means a shed, like a hay shed, for example, nailed together from old boards. That's Sarai, not a king's palace. So Sarajevo would be a funny name for a Russian city, but very, very honorable name here. If I can believe my maps, behind this corner should be some interesting thing which is called musical stairs. Shall we go and see? Well, there is something. Investitor is Općina Centar, which probably would mean community center, I guess. But where is the music? Here is the music. Does it work? That's somebody's ear, obviously. Either I have become deaf, or there is some problem with this music. Let's see the other one. What do you think, friends? Will this be better? Not much success. Yeah, I can read about that band or whatever it is who is playing to us now. Playing. Okay. Maybe I just have some problems with my ears. Let's go and find Hostel. Because this part of the city which we saw with you, I planned to visit on my way from the bus station to my hostel. This is one more reason why it's so nice not to have big bags. I didn't mind doing it with all my stuff on me because I have almost no stuff. Because it's on my way. No need to go back and forth. So I explored it on my way to hostel. Now I'll be checking in. Hopefully it will work. We'll see. I contacted the guy and he couldn't understand how can it be that I will not have phone and will not have internet. Okay, you don't have internet, you don't have phone, it's okay, but send me a text when you are there, I'll open the door. How can I send you a text if I don't have phone and internet? So anyway, let's see and hope it will work. And the eastern part of the city, I'm thinking to visit after the hostel. I'll take a short rest, charge my battery, and then probably last 2 hours before sunset I'll use there. And here in the north, sunset is a lot later than in Egypt. So I'll have sunlight until a little bit more than 8 p.m. even, which is quite nice. So friends, let's get to our hostel and see what's going on there. There's some church there, but it looks like it's closed. And there is some apotheka. And that's obvious from the Greek language. It's pharmacy. Apotheke, or in modern Greek they pronounce more apotheki, is literally, it means a storage house, storehouse. But in today's world it means storehouse for pharmaceutical things only. So pharmacy or drugstore. And you see here there is something about braveness of the fallen heroes and about I don't see where I'm pointing. Oslobođenje Sarajevo. So obviously Sarajevo's liberators. I wonder if it's 1940s or if it's 1990s. But this, by the way, confirms my guess. Remember in the previous video about Tuzla, we were in the square of Sloboda, and I was guessing that it is Freedom Square. Yes, that's exactly the same thing. Oslobođenje. In Russian would be освобождение. Let me guess how it came to be, because it sounds like in modern today's Russian, ослаблять would be to weaken, to loosen in some way maybe, and freedom probably isn't exactly weakness, but it is being loose, being free, being released. So it kind of makes sense that the root comes from there. But maybe I'm just dreaming. You linguists who know Slavic languages, can you tell me? And look at this, my friends. This looks like a market. Yeah. Kupujmo domaće. Ah. It means let's buy or buy homegrown, home-baked, home something. Domaće. Dom is house. And kupujmo, kupit in Russian would be to buy. Nice. Unfortunately, my budget is still not too conducive for any kupujevanje. If you saw my video where I went from Egypt to Bosnia to Tuzla, you know why. You know what happened in the airport. I won't tell you the second time, not to be embarrassed second time. If you want to know, go watch that video. I don't want to tell it again. It wasn't pleasant. Yeah, look at this. Can I? Yes, I can. Oh, that's nice to have this in the phone. Not so long ago I couldn't do these things. Yeah, nice old town. And what is it? Altstadt. Old town. Stari grad. Eskişehir? Is it in Turkish? Because Eskişehir, there is such a town or city in Turkey. So it just means old town? Well, that's cool. I never knew that. Ah, yeah, I see. These are the languages: Bosnian, English, German and Turkish. So it is Turkish. And Eskişehir means old town. Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. This is the view which I found on the other side. And that's the church. Let's see if it's open. That man looks like a guard, so could it be open? Let's go and find out. That man looks like John Paul II. Sveti Ivan Pavo II, Papa. Everything clear, I guessed it. Nice. Sometimes you can guess things. Unfortunately, it is closed. Ah, it started to play something for us. Unfortunately, it is closed. And that really is a guard. And he spoke some English even. And he told me that Monday is closed, cleaning. Tomorrow I can come from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All good, but at 9 a.m. I already be close to Mostar, if not in Mostar itself already. So friends, we'll leave it out. Let's go finally to that hostel. And this is called the Sacred Heart Cathedral, by the way. But is that funny or what? I just noticed on my map that I have passed my hostel already. It was just back there, one block behind. We were there. Let's go back. Look at this, my friends. It's Europe. They have numbers and street names. Yes, it's Mola Mustafa Basheskia. And I have number 8, not 12. So this will be easy to find. Yeah, there are some things to like about Europe. Yes, I remember that door. I was asking him if there will be any sign on that door and couldn't get yes many times doing it. And there really isn't any sign. Oh no, there is. There is. Very good. I thought they were replying. They sent me the picture of that door, so I recognized, and the address was simple as well, so easy. Let's see where it is. Not here, probably. I'm a bit old for these guys. Is it here? Yep. It is here. Sounds like no reaction here. And this one is closed. Third time. Yeah, I did it for a good few more times, waited good few more minutes, and seems like nothing is happening. Okay, although I even gave them approximate time, and I'm pretty much on that time, a little bit later. It looks like our exploring is continuing, friends. I'll come back later and hopefully somebody will be there. Look at this, my friends, I just noticed it. Enjoy Sarajevo 93, Siege of Sarajevo. And it's not a joke. Enjoy. Could Sarajevo be enjoyed in 93? And this one here is called Ferhadia Mosque. Will that be closed as well? Yeah, these things are old here. Nice. And it looks like I can see that it's closed. Yeah, it looks like a padlock there. Okay. What I want is to find some park with some bench where I could sit. I need to give a rest to my ankle. Ah, there is actually a bench. Would that be too rude if I sit and have a snack here? I hope not. I'm not in front of those people who want to pray there. I'm behind their backs, so should be okay. I guess. Let's see. What do you think, kitten? Will that be okay if I use your place? Yeah, actually it wasn't so bad in here. I was able to sit in here. I went on the other bench. That's the one behind which the men are praying. I had a lunch. I recharged my battery. I recharged my ankle. Now I'll take water from there. I think I'm good to go for the second part of exploration of Sarajevo. What do you reckon, friends? That's the Monday evening on the pedestrian street in the center of Sarajevo. I forgot what was the name of the street. This is about page of my YouTube channel, and if you scroll down you will find the link to my Patreon, where I post more personal videos which are not meant for the general public in YouTube. This is the clock tower. I don't know anything else besides the fact that Google Maps says it's clock tower and it's a tourist object. And behind that one is Gazi Husrev Beg, I think it was called, mosque. So Gazi sounds very Turkish, which only makes sense because of the Ottomans. Can we get closer to clock tower here, or it's something too private? We have a peak here, but it's not for us, probably. Look at this guy. Do you know, my friends, is that Tito himself? Or I don't remember. He looks very much like Tito to me. And it could be that they're selling it for tourists, like Pridnestrovie or Transnistria is selling Lenin. Yeah, this looks almost Roman style, but probably Ottoman style would be the right word. Gazi Husrev Begu Vakuf u Sarajevo. I was thinking, where is that clock tower? But it's right above my head. Okay. Clock tower, historic monument. And that Gazi Husrev dude was the one who was paying for that whole thing. And they were showing Turkish time with lunar calendar for Muslim prayers. And they made it during Ottoman time, of course. What other time could it be? So the mosque is named after the same dude. Why not? Shall we go and see something more? It's quite beautiful actually. What do you think, friends? This one is nice, but I like all the courtyards, how they have designed and built it. This is beautiful. This is properly beautiful. What do you think? Isn't it? Yeah, we won't be getting inside, unfortunately. What a nice place. And there is another mosque. Mosque after mosque. That was the Ghazi dude mosque. I forgot already what was his second name. And that's the next one. And this other mosque is called Bastion Mosque. Don't ask me what Bastion mean. I know as much as you know. Probably less. You know, this place has kind of almost the same feeling as northern Cyprus. The old Turkish town, Ottoman town. Even these guys have Turkish flags on them. But this mosque will be closed, unfortunately, so let's keep walking. And you see, literally around the corner, there's a third mosque. Well, and there's the fourth mosque. What else a proper Ottoman town needs? A lot of mosques. How do you like Sarajevo, my friends? Do you enjoy it? Would you like to live here? Would you consider it too risky to live in Bosnia? People are certainly nice. I like them. Not so sure about the fault lines. And I mean both tectonically, the place which is the center of European earthquakes, and both politically, a place which has very high risk of becoming a place where some proxy war will be fought between bigger powers, and the cost will be blood of these beautiful, dear people who live here, who has no fault at all at these all things which the bigger guys are playing, why the wars are happening. Like today, when there's war in Ukraine, do you think Ukrainians are at fault? Probably we could think a lot of thoughts. Who is fighting with whom? Is it NATO and America against Russia, or is it NATO and America against China? But in any scenario, Ukraine is just a place to be demolished while the big guys are fighting. And unfortunately, this wonderful place with wonderful people runs the same risk, but hopefully it never happens. That's where we came, by the way. And there are more mosques to come. By the way, you see, there is two more besides the first which we just saw. And there is again one more. Well, if you want to learn to count to very high numbers, start counting mosques in Sarajevo. You'll be very successful. I'm very sure that we are supposed to take this lane here. It will bring us closer. Where I'm aiming to get is one nice viewpoint where we can see the whole city. Well, kind of whole. At least the older part of the city. Yeah, and this is Bosnian cemetery, how it looks like. Again, a little bit different. Well, to whom you compare, probably. Is it Malaysia? Who knows this flag? Yes, Malaysia. Come on, guys. There is one more mosque. And there is one more. And there is again one more. Even if I wanted to learn to count that far, I couldn't. Very Turkish looking. Let's climb further.
When I looked in Bastion one day, they didn't have like.
Why is the Turkish flag half-mast only? Is there some sorrow for them today? Did they again printed too much money and Turkish lira lost half of the value again? Or it's something else? It's getting prettier and prettier. We are taking these kinds of roads now. Let's continue. How not to like such a beautiful city, my friends? Now, friends, is this kinda sort of beautiful-ish or what? Wow. That's a good picture, what do you think? Yeah, I wasn't mistaken when I said that this will be a wonderful city and beautiful city. It really is. At least in my eye. For sure. La beauté. I wonder what is that? That banner wasn't visible. But this, I know what it is. It's called Yellow Bastion. And obviously it's quite a romantic place for couples. Why not? Let's see if I can get in it as well or no. That's a side of it. And answer seems to be positive to our question. What do you think about this place, my friends? Yeah, that's a dangerous place. You can get shot at from here. What a beauty this city is. That's the yellow bastion from below. And that's the view from here. I'm descending down, but look at this street. Have fun driving that on winter when there is snow. Wow. Well, it doesn't show probably how steep it is on the screen. Well, and here is a hotel with what name? Hotel Sarai. Obviously, they're not targeting Russian tourists. Imagine telling somebody in Moscow that you were staying in a Hotel Sarai on your vacation when you were in Bosnia. But the view is nice. I would stay in a Hotel Sarai. Why not? Such a beautiful view. We are back at the river level. And look at this cute place. Isn't that beautiful? It really feels like a beautiful, nice, pleasant to be in city. Or am I the only one who likes it? Nice. So if anybody of you wonderful Sarajevo people are looking someday, know that I like your place. And you as well. You're really nice people as far as I have met you. And that one is Sarajevo City Hall. It reminds me of Venezia and Trieste. These colors probably. Nice. My map says that here at this place is the memorial of the assassination of the Archduke Ferdinand, Austro-Hungarian heir of the throne, or how do you call it? Is it this one? Anybody know? Have you friends? Is this the exact place where the Ferdinand was killed? Monument to the victims of the Sarajevo assassination. Is this the place where the Archduke Ferdinand was killed and the First World War erupted as a result? Well, it sparked the whole thing. Is this his car? I saw in some documentary, I think, that the Archduke was driving a car which was very similar like this. He was driven in such a car when he was killed. Could it be here? So it was here actually. You can have such a thing even if you have internet, unlike me here. Sarajevski attentat, the assassination story in Sarajevo. Yeah. You know what's funny, my friends? Would you like to be driven around in this car? There was some price tag even. Well, there was a chap who was driven around in such a car, and in this place he got killed, and the First World War started. No. Let's give this car a miss. I don't want to get killed, and even less I want another world war to start. Although it's a good question if that Third World War is started already or not. Actually, what do you think, friends? Can we talk freely about these things, or these are things which you shouldn't be talking about? What do you think about Third World War? Is it the thing which started in 2014 in Ukraine and now got into much hotter phase? Or do you have this attitude that the Third World War is already finished? That the First World War was the massacre which started here when they killed that chap Ferdinand. The Second World War started when Hitler got the possibility to revenge of all the humiliation they got at the First World War, and the Third World War started almost immediately after the Second World War, which we usually called Cold War, and it ended with the fall of the Berlin Wall. And in that way, if we see the Cold War as the Third World War, in that case the Third World War is already finished in the beginning of 90s, end of 80s. And what's happening now in Ukraine, well, in Ukraine is the visible part of it, but it's a lot bigger story, of course. That what's happening now there is actually the Fourth World War, which has started. And God knows when and how it will end. I don't have too many hopes that it will be so soon. Let it happen soon. But logically it doesn't seem very realistic. A lot of blood has to be shed, unfortunately, for the big money printing guys to go away from the stage. Look, friends, this must be National Theatre of Sarajevo. But look at the name. That side is in Cyrillic, Narodno and something, and I don't see the first word there. It's with Latin script. Pozorište. Pozorište. Russian speakers, help me out. Give some comments. Pozor in Russian means shame, like shame on you. But in many other Slavic languages, like Slovak and obviously also the Balkan languages, pozor means like attention. So the theater obviously is like attention place where you onlook the thing what is going on the stage. Onlooking place, attention place, pozorište. But in Russian it means the shaming place. One of those occasions when when the less conservative languages have changed, the meanings of the word have changed during centuries. and there is some correlation in idea, but often it can be opposite meaning. Funny. And this is by far not the only example. Cool. This is my Patreon page. Did you know that you can choose there any monthly subscription fee that you want? There are no limits. You can leave the $5 per month, or you can enter something more substantial if you want to support me more. Or you can also enter something so small that you will not even feel it in your monthly budget. But it will still make a big difference for me, especially if there will be many such patrons like you. You can use PayPal or card payments, whichever you prefer. The Patreon subscription payments will be made automatically each month, and you can change or cancel them at any time. And that one there is the Cathedral Church of the Nativity of Theotokos. Am I the only one who finds this little bit weird? To celebrate Nativity of Theotokos. In Greek, Theos is God, and tokein is to give birth. So Theotokos would be God birthing person, meaning Virgin Mary who gave birth to Jesus Christ. And nativity would be birth of, in this case, Virgin Mary. So now again to my question, am I the only one who finds it a little bit strange and, so to speak, off topic to celebrate Nativity of Theotokos? Well, I don't want to judge them, these people, by any way at all. I'll just explain why I think what I think. You see, the central thing is what Jesus Christ did for us. Yeah, that's kind of a confirmation, is it? So, what Jesus Christ did for us was the center of the center of the whole topic. But if we go a little bit off the topic, off the center to less important stuff, we can then celebrate Christmas, which would be, thank you, which would be celebrating birth of Jesus Christ. So it is a little bit off topic already, because it's not about him being born. Of course, without being born, nothing would happen. But the main point is not about that he was born. Everybody was born. The point is what he did for salvation of us people. So already celebrating Christmas and birth of Jesus, I would argue, is a little bit off the center, off the topic already. But okay, why not? We can celebrate that one as well, as a peripheral thing. But now, you can go even further off topic and celebrate his mother, Virgin Mary, instead of himself and what he did. So that would be all of that stuff. The worship of Virgin Mary. And then, here we can go even more off the topic, and we can celebrate not just Virgin Mary, but her birth, Nativity of Theotokos. Theotokos, how to say it correctly. So, it's very far. We got very far from the center of all centers. But again, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to say somebody is wrong or right. Everybody is wrong anyway. and there's nothing new in that picture. If somebody thinks that he and his understanding of religion is 100% correct, infallible, unmistakable, and perfect, think again, human being. You are human, the same like me. We all make mistakes, and nobody of us see the full picture. That's the best starting point for any discussion. But yeah, I was just sharing my kind of feeling and thought about celebrating the nativity of Theotokos. Okay, you can do it, why not? It was a great thing, of course, no question about it. But as about me, I wouldn't consider it a very central thing to my life. But my respect to those of you who do celebrate. Okay, I was rambling again. I'm probably too tired already. I'm very close to my hostel. You know this place already by now, I think. Do you? And I think it's last moment to be going to my hostel and to finally get some rest. Now wish me luck, friends. Another attempt. Will this be successful now? Doesn't look good. It's still closed and still no reply. Well, my other option is I'm usually trying to think some plan B all the time for every important occasion ahead. And for this, I was thinking about this one as well. Although he said he will be there and I gave him time, but you know how these things may happen. So I was thinking about it. It might be a problem. And what I did, I found where is closest McDonald's and I marked it on my map. So in case this... Aha, hello. It was funny. We got in, although it wasn't thought like this, but let's explore and see. What I was about to say, if this happens, I would go to McDonald's, get Wi-Fi there, and send a Wi-Fi text to that man and see if I can get any reply. But let's see now, maybe it will be easier this way. This is how high we got. And this is how the wonderful city looks from here. Well, funny thing, my friends, halfway down there wasn't anything on the door, but it's here. Let's try. That's the hostel. And you know what's funny, friends? The owner is from Egypt. And how I spotted it, when we started to talk, he suddenly said, then everything is halas, and halas, it's in Arabic. I asked if he speaks Arabic, and yes, we both were chatting a little bit in Arabic. How funny is that, my friends? He is from Cairo, Kahra, and I'm now from Luxor. That's crazy. And they were inside. The thing was that that bell on the outside door is very quiet and they don't hear it properly here. So, all good. Rakam Sitta would be mine. Number 6. Tamam. All good. I'm again in Arabic mode. Good morning, my friends. And it's time to go out. It is 6:30 in the morning. A little bit less probably. And it's time to go to the train station to catch the train to Mostar. How does the morning looks like here in Sarajevo? Quite nice and sunny. although today is predicted to be rainy day in the afternoon. That will be some weird experience after all the months in Egypt where you don't even really see the cloud. Well, southern Egypt I should add, let alone rain. Do you remember this place from yesterday, guys? Well, yesterday for me, a few minutes ago for you. And you certainly remember this place, don't you? We are at almost at the very train station. There, that building is the train station. These are the tram tracks. So friends, I think this will bring an end to our Sarajevo experience. And let me know if you want, how did you find this video? How did you like the city? I'd be interested to hear about it, if you want. If not, in any case, I invite you to see on my next video to see what will happen next. Because now, if everything goes according to plan, I am now about to buy the ticket to go to Mostar, and I think it might be interesting to make a separate video about the train ride. We'll see. But in any case, I say goodbye to you, my friends, and all the best to you. All the best, dear friends. If you'd like to hear more from me and support me in my ways, you're more than welcome to become my patron. Find the link to my Patreon page just under the description of my YouTube channel's About page.